You're sitting on your couch, scrolling through your phone, when your beloved cat walks into the room. You call their name with that sweet, high-pitched voice we all use, extending your hand for what you think will be a loving pet. But instead of purring and rubbing against you, your cat gives you that look. You know the one. Those eyes that seem to say, "Really? Again?" Before turning around and walking away with their tail held high in what can only be described as feline indignation. If you've ever wondered why your cat sometimes seems annoyed with you despite all your love and good intentions, you're definitely not alone. The truth is, we humans do things every single day that drive our cats absolutely crazy. And most of the time, we don't even realize it. We think we're showing love, but to our feline friends, we might as well be speaking a completely different language, one that often sounds like nails on a chalkboard. Today, we're diving deep into the feline mind to uncover 10 habits that cats universally despise. These aren't just minor annoyances. These are behaviors that can genuinely stress out our cats, damage our relationship with them, and sometimes even affect their health and happiness. But here's the beautiful part. Once you understand what your cat is really trying to tell you, everything changes. Your bond becomes stronger, your cat becomes more affectionate, and suddenly, you'll find yourself with a companion who actually seeks out your attention instead of avoiding it. Habit number 1. The forced affection trap. Let's start with perhaps the most common mistake cat parents make: forcing affection when our cats aren't in the mood. We see our beautiful, fluffy companion lounging in a sunbeam, and our hearts just melt. We can't help ourselves. We swoop in for cuddles, scooping them up for hugs they never asked for, or chasing them around the house with kisses when they're clearly trying to escape. I remember my neighbor Sarah with her gorgeous tabby, Whiskers. Sarah loved that cat more than anything, but every time she tried to shower him with affection, Whiskers would squirm, struggle, and eventually scratch his way to freedom. Sarah would look so hurt, wondering why her cat didn't love her back. What she didn't understand was that Whiskers did love her. He just needed to express it on his own terms. Cats are creatures of consent. Unlike dogs, who often enjoy physical affection regardless of timing, cats need to feel like they have control over when and how they're touched. When we force hugs, pick them up without warning, or persist in petting when they're giving us clear stop signals, we're essentially violating their boundaries. Habit number 2. The staring contest. Nobody wins. Have you ever caught yourself gazing lovingly at your cat, drinking in their beauty, only to notice them looking increasingly uncomfortable? In human culture, sustained eye contact often signals attention, love, or interest. But in the feline world, prolonged staring is interpreted as a threat or challenge. It's like walking up to a stranger and staring them down. It's invasive and unsettling. When cats look at each other directly for extended periods, it's usually a precursor to conflict. It's their way of saying, "I'm watching you, and I'm ready for whatever comes next." So when we gaze adoringly at our cats with unblinking eyes, we're accidentally sending a message that we're preparing for battle. No wonder they look so uncomfortable and often leave the room. Cats have their own beautiful way of showing affection through eye contact, the slow blink. When a cat looks at you and slowly closes and opens their eyes, they're giving you what's often called a cat kiss. It's their way of saying, "I trust you, I'm relaxed with you, and I love you." When you slow blink back at your cat, you're speaking their language of love. It's one of the most heartwarming exchanges you can have with a feline friend. Habit number 3. The noise that never stops. Our modern world is loud, and sometimes we forget how sensitive our cat's hearing really is. Cats can hear frequencies up to 64,000 hertz, nearly twice what humans can detect. What sounds like normal household noise to us can be overwhelming or even painful to our feline companions. Think about your daily routine: the blender at breakfast, music playing throughout the day, the television always on in the background, phone conversations, video calls, and that habit many of us have of calling our cats' names repeatedly when they don't come the first time. To a cat, living in our homes can sometimes feel like living next to a construction site. Cats need peaceful environments to truly thrive. This doesn't mean your home needs to be silent, but being mindful of volume levels, providing quiet retreats. And understanding that constant noise can be genuinely stressful for cats can make a world of difference in their quality of life. Habit number 4, the punishment that backfires. When cats scratch the furniture, knock things off counters, or have accidents outside the litter box, our natural human instinct is often to correct the behavior through punishment. We might raise our voices, spray them with water, or even physically move them away from the scene of the crime. But here's what we don't always realize. Punishment rarely works with cats and often makes problems worse. Cats don't understand punishment the way dogs might. When we yell at a cat for scratching the couch, they don't think, "Oh, I shouldn't scratch here." Instead, they often think, "This human is unpredictable and scary. I should avoid them." We end up damaging our relationship without solving the underlying issue. The most effective approach is environmental management and positive reinforcement. Make the right choices easy and rewarding, and the wrong choices less appealing or impossible. This approach respects your cat's intelligence while building trust instead of fear. Habit number 5, the scent sabotage. We don't see. Cats experience the world primarily through scent, and their sense of smell is 14 times stronger than ours. They use scent to communicate, navigate their environment, and feel secure. Yet we often unknowingly assault their sensitive noses with fragrances that can be overwhelming or even distressing to them. Strong perfumes, heavily scented candles, air fresheners, cleaning products, and even scented litter can be incredibly overwhelming for cats. What smells pleasant to us might be giving your cat the equivalent of a migraine. Some cats will avoid areas that smell too strongly of human products, while others might develop behavioral issues or even health problems from constant exposure. Cats also rely on familiar scents to feel secure. When we constantly clean away their scent markers or introduce strong new smells, we can inadvertently make them feel insecure in their own home. Habit number 6, the territory wars. We start. Every cat owner has experienced this. You rearrange the furniture and suddenly your confident, happy cat seems anxious and unsettled. Or you bring home a new piece of furniture, and your cat spends days cautiously investigating it, as if it might attack at any moment. We often underestimate how important environmental stability is to our feline friends. Cats are territorial creatures who feel most secure when their environment is predictable and familiar. They create mental maps of their territory, complete with safe paths, hiding spots, and areas they consider theirs. When we constantly rearrange furniture, move their belongings, or make significant changes to their environment, we're essentially scrambling their GPS and making them feel insecure. Habit number 7, the social pressure they can't handle. Cats are often misunderstood as antisocial creatures, but the truth is more nuanced. Many cats enjoy social interaction, but they prefer it to be on their terms and at their comfort level. When we force social situations on them, whether it's with unfamiliar humans, other cats, or even overwhelming attention from family members, we can create significant stress. Think about how you feel at a party where you don't know anyone, where the music is too loud, and where people keep trying to engage you in conversation when you'd rather observe from the sidelines. That's often how cats feel when we thrust them into social situations without considering their comfort level. Multi-cat households can be particularly challenging if we don't understand feline social dynamics. Cats aren't pack animals like dogs. They're more like roommates who may or may not choose to be friends. Forcing interactions, sharing resources without providing multiple options, or not recognizing signs of social stress can create ongoing tension. Habit number 8, the routine disruption that causes chaos. If there's one thing cats love more than a sunny windowsill, it's predictability. Cats are creatures of habit who thrive on routine, and when we constantly disrupt their schedules or fail to maintain consistency in their care, we can cause genuine stress and behavioral issues. Imagine if every day your meals came at different times, your bed was moved to different rooms, and the rules of your household changed without warning. This is often what life feels like for cats whose humans don't maintain consistent routines. Feeding times that vary wildly, litter boxes that are cleaned sporadically, play sessions that happen randomly. These inconsistencies can make cats feel anxious and insecure. Cats find comfort in knowing what to expect. This doesn't mean you need to be rigid to the minute, but maintaining general consistency in the important aspects of their care provides a foundation of security that allows cats to relax and be their best selves. When changes are necessary, gradual transitions work better than sudden shifts. Habit number 9. The litter box disasters. We create. Nothing affects a cat's daily comfort more than their litter box situation, yet this is an area where many well-meaning humans make mistakes that can cause genuine distress for their feline companions. We might think we're being helpful by choosing scented litter, cleaning too frequently or not frequently enough, or placing boxes in locations that seem convenient to us but are problematic for cats. Cats are incredibly clean animals with specific preferences about their bathroom facilities. They prefer unscented litter that doesn't overwhelm their sensitive noses. They need boxes that are large enough for them to turn around comfortably and deep enough to allow for natural digging behaviors. The location matters enormously. Boxes near noisy appliances, in areas with heavy foot traffic, or places where cats might feel trapped can cause avoidance behaviors. Multiple cats need multiple resources. The general rule is one box per cat plus one extra, and they shouldn't all be clustered in the same location. Habit number 10. The mixed messages that confuse. The final habit that drives cats crazy is our tendency to send mixed messages. We call them over for attention, then get busy with our phones while petting them absent-mindedly. We set boundaries about staying off counters, then laugh and take photos when they ignore those boundaries because they look cute. We encourage play, then get frustrated when they're energetic at inconvenient times. Cats are intelligent creatures who learn patterns and expectations quickly. When our behavior is inconsistent, when our rules change based on our mood, or when we say one thing but reward another, we create confusion and anxiety. A cat who doesn't know what to expect from their human is a cat who can't fully relax and trust. Consistency in our interactions, clear and maintained boundaries, and mindful attention when we engage with our cats helps them understand what we expect and what they can expect from us. This doesn't mean being rigid or perfect, but it does mean being thoughtful about the messages we send. The next time you look at your cat and see those intelligent eyes looking back at you, remember that they're trying to communicate with you every day. They're telling you what they need, what they enjoy, and what makes them uncomfortable. The more we learn to listen, the more they'll trust us with their true selves. If this exploration into the feline mind has opened your eyes to new ways of understanding your cat, I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. What changes will you make starting today? Which of these habits hit closest to home? And if you found this helpful, sharing it with other cat lovers in your life might just help more cats feel truly understood and appreciated. After all, isn't that what every cat deserves? Humans who take the time to learn their language and love them the way they need to be loved? Thanks for watching, and here's to building better relationships with our feline friends, one respectful interaction at a time.